Hey, what's poppin', guys? Sizzle here. This is a bit of an abnormal video. Instead of a live commentary where I'm actually playing the game, I want to pull back this replay code of some quick play I was playing earlier today and just kind of talk about the game as a whole. You know, the game Overwatch 2, obviously. And how I feel about the Season 9 balance changes. And the short answer to that is I don't like them. In this game specifically, right at the start, I had gotten a comment from one of the people I was playing with, Petabyte, who I think he's like gold-ish whenever he played comp last time, which was seasons ago or something. And he said something along the lines of, because the healing is much lower because of the DPS passive on tanks, and you're required to kind of heal bot more on support if you want the tank to live, that this patch incentivized more team play. And I just think that's wrong. I told him that at the time, and then kind of proved it to him by playing this game, that team play is gone. I mean, it's been gone the whole time 5v5 has been a thing. This game has been going more and more toward individual value and just individually playing the game. Now with everybody having the support passive to some degree and self-healing and all that, like, you don't need heals, and you're gonna see it here because this is when I realized, oh, the Mercy and Lucio are just healing each other, and we're getting no heals for the rest of this game. It's also part of the reason why I genuinely think at the moment that the only real viable tank, I think the #1 tank, as purely for tank reasons, not for synergy with the team, is Sigma. I don't think there's any other tank you can really play to the same degree as Sigma. He's the only really completely self-sufficient tank. And yeah, right here, this game, spoiler warning, we won this game, and I played Bastion with no heals, and we win the game. And like my end scorecard at like the highest damage, we had a lot of elims, a lot of everything. Now obviously a lot of that's gonna be because of mismatch of teams or whatever, but I mean they were beating us right here. They completely destroyed us this first fight. You know, I get destroyed right here as well. Got jump scared by the Widow. I didn't think they'd be staring up there, but I mean the footsteps for Bastion are loud as hell. Like it's not surprising that happened. But either way, this game has not been incentivizing team play for a long time. With 5v5, every single pick, every single kill matters a lot more. With a lot of self-sustain in the forms of support passive, a lot of self-sustain abilities, a lot of the high mobility and all that. Right, you're a lot more self-sufficient. The only, like, kind of role that hasn't been getting this at all is tank. Tank is not self-sufficient whatsoever. Outside of Sigma, who can regenerate with the shield, and now with this new added, if you don't take damage for 5 seconds kind of healing thing, where if he doesn't get healed by his teammates, he still might live, which is actually what happened this game. Like, our supports genuinely ended both with like 1,000 heals, and it's fine, it's quick play, they're allowed to do that. I didn't, you know, not reporting them or anything, not saying this was wrong of them to do. This like game actually is just proof though that you don't need any team play. I was off doing my own flank, my soldier was off doing his own flank, Sigma was literally standing in main alone. I wasn't playing particularly well, don't, you know, I'm not gonna say this is peak Bastion gameplay or whatever. But like, I was literally just doing whatever the fuck I wanted. And my supports were doing whatever the fuck they wanted. My other DPS did whatever the fuck they wanted. My tank did whatever they wanted. The enemy team played as like a group of 5. They were probably like calming to some degree. Like some of these things I don't think you get without heavily pinging people or coordinating things. As you'll see as the game goes on. I might not point them out as time goes on. But they were pretty consciously like, you know, doing things, right? You could see Widows making their way down here to go with the Ryan the Mercy. Like they're playing as a team together. And if I go pause this footage and look around as to who is with me, it's just Lucia. Like, Lucio was down there for a second, then he left me alone and was just like, whatever, he can go die. Mercy's fighting someone out in main with her Glock out. Our Sigma alone on cart. And our soldier's up on high ground doing a very nice flank, mind you. This was great flanking play from the soldier. But none of this is team coordination, and none of this was coordinated, none of this was thought out. We were literally just playing the game each in our own separate way, and because I have the support, since after 5 seconds you self-heal on Bastion, and because Bastion has 350 health now, and with his turret form, he gets 60% damage reduction or whatever, and basically has like 600 health. I didn't even really need heals this game, to be honest. Like, I didn't really get healed until like the final fight or two, and this is in quick play where the attackers have the advantage. You'll notice they have like 5 minutes, and also Bastion 8 is very goofy and silly ability. You can see right there, gets that kill. I have another Bastion 8, it's gonna get this kill. Like, there's nothing they can really do about that. You can see, right, I'm down to like 100 health. I did ult to, you know, possibly ult to save myself. I used to kill, I didn't even kill anyone. You just damage people there. You can see I healed up a little bit. I'm not getting healed still. I did get healed here, so props to Mercy for the 5 seconds of heals. I think because Lucia really didn't need it at that moment. You can see I just wanted to kill Mercy, so I went and did it. Like there's there's no team play in this game. We're not playing as a team. I'm not really benefiting from my teammates playing around me or anything, except that 1 second a second ago where Mercy healed me. The Reinhardt here is just dead, and he can't do anything about it because I have 350 HP. Even if he pins me, I'm still alive on like 200 HP. It sucks, man. It sucks. I've given up on playing Billy this season. This is unrelated to this whole rant. Like this is, you know, through and through just a complete rant. I had no real thoughts going into this other than talking about that one comment at the start. Everything I'm talking about from here on out is just whatever's coming to mind, right? And yeah, I give up on tank because the DPS passive is ridiculous. Like, the amount of healing you can deny means that you really don't need, like, you can't really heal a tank, like, at all. There was a game I just had on Hollywood as well, where it came down to, like, the final 2 minutes of the game, and across both supports, and I was one of the supports, we had, like, 2,000 heals, and we almost won that game. This game, we got 2,000 heals, because it just isn't worth bothering with heals when you could just go kill things. Right? The things they keep nerfing are healing numbers, right? The things they keep buffing are self-sustain. They keep giving people more and more abilities and passives and all that to kind of keep them up in a fight. Like right here, like Widow has to leave if she doesn't, like here, Widow, I'm on 80 health, and with turret form I still almost got the kill. This is just how ridiculous Bastion is. I know Widow obviously is a little bit less health than most people. Yeah, I just get away with that. I did get rezzed here. I guess, like, my supports did do a little thing from time to time, but they genuinely were not on anyone. Like, obviously I'm flanking here, but we could go free Kim, and you'll see, yeah, the Mercy Lucy do whenever. You can see I'm just up on my own. I'm literally playing a completely different game than my team, and it's kind of working. We do actually lose a few fights here because my tank that I was queued with went Rein, and I told him that at the time. See, look, I get flanked up there, Mercy's glocking someone, Lucia's fighting someone, my Rein's down in main, pinning people, my soldier's all the way out in a different area doing something else. This isn't, like, coordinated, this isn't team play, we're not playing off each other, we're not, like, using this to kind of divide angles and conquer whatever. We're literally all just playing however the fuck we feel like makes sense at that exact moment. And for me, that was walking out this doorway for 2 seconds at this exact moment. Getting the contest and dying. And my Lucia got fucking domed. But yeah, I mean, there's not really any team play incentivized by this. You still have the problem of supports really not dying, and like the DPS passive actually did help a bit with that. I think if they had just added the DPS passive onto other DPS and supports, honestly, it could be interesting because it does remove a lot of the benefits you had from pocketing people before, and I think that's a good thing. Right, it's a little bit notable in characters like Bastion, but with his armor and health so high, like, even though he has reduced healing, he has higher health, so the reduced healing doesn't actually matter as much. With the high damage numbers all around, like, people are still getting bursted down plenty fast. You'll see here, this Reinhardt's on full health, like a turret form, he's dead. It's just like, what was he supposed to do about that? We get a whole 3 minutes here where we do actually hold this, like I said. Still zero team play. My Mercy's going off there, my Lucia's going off here, my Soldier's off on there. I'm playing a bit back more so that I can use that DPS passive, which you just saw activate right there, by the way. And we're just doing whatever the fuck we want. I'm playing up in main, like my Mercy's walking out of spawn. My Lucia's just flanking on the left. I don't know where he ended up going. He went up and around. I'm sitting here on half health, knowing we have no heals, just making my way over to a health pack. And then Mercy did heal me here, to be fair. But that's mainly because you could see she was looking for Lucio, and I was just kind of in the way of that. She's like, I might as well throw him like 5 heals at this exact moment. Yeah, I ended up playing on like the side corridor. And point being, though, I didn't get healed. And that's just the way these two decided to play. What I did do, though, is I got to pop off for free, and then zero work on my part. I don't play DPS. I don't play Bastion. I don't have like any real time on him. His abilities are just inherently strong. His self-survivability is very, very strong. The burst damage he gets from his nade is ridiculous. The ease of aiming it is even more ridiculous. Like, before this patch, it was already really easy to land and stick a nade because it bounced like 5 times and then did like a burst like 130 or some bullshit. And now it bounces 5 times, and in each of those 5 bounces, the hitbox is like, you know, the size of an actual truck. Meaning I basically never missed a nade this game. Somehow that killed both their supports. Not really sure about that one. You can see like somebody's up on high ground here. I ended up helping D.Va out. My support duo is fighting Widow, so I just emoted over here thinking this would get play. And I don't even think this got play. I think something else got play. I don't remember. Yeah, something I did on Fair got play. I don't remember when I was on Fair. It was literally like the first fight only. But point being though, there's nothing they can really do. There's the DPS, as long as me and the soldier keep tagging random people, they can't play as a team. They can't really support their tank. There's not enough heals to keep this guy up. Right? Like Tracer, I mean, this guy, to be fair, wasn't using Tracer's full movement, but because my shots are easier to hit, it's really easy to hit a Tracer on Bastion, making him that much stronger. I do think Soldier's still a little bit better because he's a little bit more self-sufficient and has that self-heal, and he can, maximize the DPS passive. You can see here, like, I'm just playing back because I know at some point Mercy's going to go fly over to Lucio, and that's exactly what she does. And even then, like, they can't approach. Right? I'm just shooting them time and time again. I heard some like footsteps or something over here. I do die, but I put Tracer onto like 2 HP despite not really aiming all that well. His aim is kind of secondary to anything that happens. I do think they actually make a bit of a push here after I get taken out. But that's mainly because Lucio and Mercy are doing this. Yeah, they're doing their thing. They're having their fun. And we're going to win this game still. Zero team synergy, zero team play, zero coordination, zero anything working together. We literally, this beat did nothing for anyone. I think we res Soldier in front of a window and he dies? Or does he live? He lives? Lucio distracts enough that he lives and then dies a little bit later because he's still in front of a window at the end of the day. It's like pointless res. D.Va bomb for nothing. The Genji really thought he could fucking get me here. I don't know what gave him the idea that Genji was a pick or a pick that could do anything about Bastion. Especially while Bastion nade was on its full cooldown. Like, imagine thinking you could dive me because I just used my nade. Genji have it again. But yeah, you can see we're now in OT. We've held this entire game. Not an ounce of thought other than, like, let me just kind of stay alive and kill things randomly. I got all my self-sustain. I got none of the heals or damage boost from Mercy. I don't need any of it. If she did damage boost me and pocket me, I'd be that much stronger. We won the game. And let me look at the end card here. Out of curiosity. Like game reports. Yeah, let's look at this. Let's look at... What? Did I not just go to game cards? Am I crazy thinking I went to game reports? Interesting. Yeah, you could see right here. There's me, 14,000 damage, just shooting whatever I came across randomly. Right, my soldier doing his own thing, my tank doing his own thing. 2,000 heals on Lucio, 4,000 heals on the Mercy, and I was healing each other and the support passive. Meanwhile, they have 18,000 heals because they were trying to support their team through that. They were playing as a coordinated team, they were doing things that should have benefited their teammates and previously did, but because of all these crazy changes, especially with the DPS passive, anybody that me or Soldier damaged for even like 5 damage is just dead. Like they could not out-heal the damage coming in. To be fair, a lot of stupid plays on their part and all that, but still, I think in a normal universe, they just win this game because we had 0 heals on anyone. They were not healing my tank, they were not healing me, they were not healing my Soldier. These two were healing each other the entire game. Like I can boot this up and have it running at like 2 times speed in the background. But we won that game because heals don't really matter anymore. With how little healing you do when the DPS passive is active, it genuinely doesn't matter. Like, if you're being healed or not. Let's just go like a little bit into it. You can kind of just see who Mercy heals in the background. Like what are you... Even here, I was down like 30 health out of spawn. She's just refusing to heal me. There's no point. Pulls out the blaster. Doesn't want to go on the flank with me. I think she was typing match chat here. She's waiting for Lucio because someone asked if Mercy was okay. There was a lot of funny message in match chat, by the way, which unfortunately don't get archived in the replay code, unlike other games like TFT where they do. But either way, it's like you'd say like she's just living for this Lucio, and that's okay. We're in quick play. You're allowed to play the game in fun ways, even if it comes at the expense. Even if it comes at the expense of the play for other people. Like if we were having problems on DPS or tank, we could always swap to DPS or tank that are more self-sufficient, or just have left the game because we didn't want to play with this. We played with this. It doesn't really matter. Like, I honestly did not really feel the quality of life in my game go down that much despite having 0 heals, because there wasn't a need. Right, I was a Bastion. I don't even have a self-sustainability, but the DPS passive was unironically enough to get through like 90% of fights. And they couldn't really do anything about it. I was super mobile with my Bastion nade. I was uncontestable. If they ever come near me, I put a Bastion nade that boosts me back and boosts them away from me. And then we're like, you know, really, really far away from each other. Then I mow them down in turret form because I'm immortal. And like there's nothing they can do about any of this. You can see this whole time. Right? So she noticed I was critical and healed me to half health maybe. And then notice I'm critical again and just goes and finds Lucio so they can go back to spawn or something. There is not, there's like, this is where all the, this is the 4,000 heals of like these 5 seconds where she's healing Soldier and me, because she's waiting for Lucio to come back. Because he died in a place they couldn't get res. And they just going back together, Lucio. Lucio just kept feeding. I didn't even think about it at the time. Like, this was a very silly game, but I think also a real proof of how unimportant heals are now. We went from heals being like overly, like doing too much, to heals doing literally nothing. Alright, if we go and like spectate like their Baptiste or something, what we're gonna see is somebody like hard focus on keeping like their tank and everyone else alive. Like you see like he's starting at immorts. He's shooting me when I get too close, but otherwise, right, he's spam healing like his Hanzo, trying to heal his tank through walls and stuff. Like, focus on keeping his Widow up. Right, everything this guy's doing is either self-preservation or healing his team, and that's why they lost this game. I mean, to be fair, that's just the heal bot playstyle in general, but they just heavily nerfed this. And some people just want to heal their teammates. I think a lot of supports genuinely are just want to be able to keep their team up and also do things on the side. That's like a lot of Ana players, a lot of everything. And how does this guy get rewarded for it? He's just dead. we simply focused on damage output and nothing else. Not positioning, not playing smart, not like getting good kills. All we did was play this game like it was deathmatch and get kill after kill after kill, and it just worked. We won this game. I mean, you saw the victory screen a second ago. You can see, like, you know, not awful. What this guy's doing before would have won him the game. Right? He kept his tank up in the tank v tank matchup. He's keeping up his team here. Like, he's focused on healing him up. He's shooting me while healing his team so that I die. He's immorting people when critical. Like, this guy's playing like a proper Baptiste, a proper, like, you know, the proper way of playing the game. And he's being punished for it by having everyone still die anyway, because the DPS shot them for 6 damage and now they're unhealable. And he has to pump in 8 times the heal botting in order to have the chance. He needs a window here to keep Ryan up. And Ryan still dies. He just can't do anything about that. Like, it's kind of crazy just how, with one change to Overwatch, we went from supports can make people unkillable, even one support, so now we have Mercy and Bap, like, spending a 9 to 5 trying to keep their team up, and they can't keep them up against one Bastion. Like, nobody else was even alive there. When their Ryan died, it was me and Soldier. It was 2 DPS versus a tank and 2 supports. Like, not here, but whenever he popped window. If we go back to here, let's go put this at, I don't know, 1 time speed. You'd see right here, right? My tank gets like melted. He pops window to keep this guy up. He's full health. My tank is dead. It's a Bastion and a Soldier. And to be fair, I guess Mercy isn't with him. But he wasn't even able to like give a chance of healing that guy. Right? These two had to back out. They're trying to heal Hanzo cross map. They can't even out heal a Mercy Blaster. Like, there's nothing for them to do. Because Soldier shot Hanzo once in that interaction, and then Mercy just kept shooting him for damage. Like, there's nothing they could do. And I guess this is how I killed Mercy? Did they never repeat? That's brutal. I wondered how that kill happened. I didn't think about it. That's brutal, man. You're watching this, Mercy, I feel bad for you. That's just fucked. But yeah, I mean, that's my thoughts on the game. Like, it's not a team game. This is pretty proof that it's not a team game. The team that played like a team loses. The team that literally hard focus kills. You weren't like mechanically better than them, I don't think. I don't think anyone here had crazy good mechanics or anything. I don't think if we watch Lucio, this wall ride's gonna be particularly good or anything like that. Yeah, this is nothing crazy. He fucked up his wall ride here, right? 1 second in. He can't climb up this wall. Right? We're not mechanically better than them. We're not just out mechanicking them. This isn't like a Smurf lobby. I'm on my main account. Everyone here should be, I think, on their main account. No one's playing particularly good or bad. We're just winning because we're hard focusing kills above all else, and that's all you have to do in Overwatch now. It's just kill, 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 damage, damage, damage. There's zero room for supports outside of BAP's Immortality Field. It's the only support ability left in the game that has any real impacts outside of like stuff like Discord Orb, which helps you kill people faster, or Mercy's Blue Beam, which helps you kill people faster. You can see like this guy, he's not aiming at anyone. He's like barely killing this Widow. I don't even think he deserved to hit that Widow. His shots weren't even lined up, but that's what the projectile and then hit scan buff. I mean, your shot's easier to hit. That's what that does. It's, yeah. Zero coordination, zero thought, zero effort, just winning. Right? Just damaging, killing, winning. We had 0 heals this game. I had 0 heals this game. My tank definitively had 0 heals this game. I mentioned him at the start, and he never mentioned it again because he's a very, very sweet guy, but he did not get healed this game, really. Like, he was playing with a 725 health pool all by himself. And to be fair, I think they would have also won this game if they just ignored the Mercy and Lucio and just sent it in our backline. They got distracted quite often. But like, at the same time, they should have just been free to kill. But that's more of like the supports can still self-sustain each other, right? Lucio and Mercy can still sustain each other even with the DPS passive active. And it's now like the DPS can self-sustain themselves and kill people and do everything. Right, we basically went from supports are single-handedly, in control of the entire game to DPS are heavily in control of the game, and supports can make it a bit easier for them, which is how the game was before, to be fair. But then where does this leave the tank? Like in this whole situation, where does this leave the tank? Like, let's go back just anywhere in here. Or we can go back to like the stats table. Where does this leave the tank? It leaves him playing Sigma, backing up, using shields and rocks and grass and stuff very defensively, and having to consistently play super safe, super boring, and just wait there while their team plays the game for them. Like, I don't want to play tank, because, like, what do you... even when you get healed, this is how it feels right now. Because if you get hit with the DPS, let's say this Hanzo hits one shot on Petabyte right here, like, he's not... Even if they try to heal him, he's not gonna get healed. 20% is a massive number for a full 2 seconds is insane. Like, anti-nade lasts for, like, 3 seconds, and it's a bit of a problem still. Now a 2-second thing that you can trigger multiple times continuously by continuing to shoot the biggest hitbox in the game while your shots are easier to hit. It is fucked. It is fucked. I don't know why they're not shooting my tank here. You see, the second they do, like, he's being healed by Mercy here, and what did he get? He got, what, 50 health during that fight? Like, nothing. You get 0 support from their supports when they're able to try and support you. You have 0 real... Unless you're on Sigma right here, which he is, you don't have your kinetic grasp, your shield, or your rock to try and kind of defend yourself and get away and poke from a safe distance and play a safe position. If you're playing any other tank, like a Winston or a Roadhog or a Mauga or something, like, you're just an open target out in the middle that everybody can shoot. You'd see right here, right? He has his shield and his kinetic grasp to get out of that, and luckily Hanzo died. And if he hadn't, he would have, he would have been dead. It's just crazy. You can see right here, like the tank getting that healing passive right there. Our supports never actually healed him here. He just got healed up like retroactively. It's ridiculous. And with that being said, I've now realized I've talked over this for 24 minutes explaining how this is just not a team game and everyone is too much self-sustain, and that's the real problem. I do genuinely agree with that, by the way. I will say the Pharah rework is sick. It fixed all my problems with the character. You can now play Pharah without a Mercy. She's now a lot more mobile and actually has downtime where she's not floating in the air forever. They literally fixed every problem I had with the character and made her extremely, a lot more fun to play. The problem is they haven't really addressed the oppressiveness of Pharah with Mercy. Pharah with Mercy is actually more oppressive than ever, because if she's good without the Mercy, she's going to be even better with the Mercy. But at least you can actually run Pharah without Mercy. Like, I did it a game or two ago. It's like a Kree Sombra, which shouldn't have been particularly good. Right, I think I did that in Rialto. And, like, I did 100% Pharah. We won that game. I had a blast. I mean, obviously there's, like, a skill mismatch and all that, but I do think even against skilled opponents, like, Pharah is relatively viable and pretty fair to fight, even with her high mobility and faster projectiles. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with what I'm saying, or if you want me to hear I have more thoughts about different parts of this patch, but I think I described a lot of it relatively well. And with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day.